Well, Ken, a classic week of golf has finally come to an end.
It really was a great week all the way through. We had great weather, great golf, and great crowds.
And suspenseful.
It could be the start of something really big for Tallahassee's PGA Tour event. They call it the Centel Classic, and it lived up to its billing today, definitely. You could have picked any number of threesomes to follow on today's final round. It was that close going in, but it all came down to the last group, the one that began the day in a three-way tie for the lead. And out of it emerged a rookie who's certainly a rising star in this golfing biz. Scott Atwell has this final round report.
On the very first hole, Keith Clearwater scored a birdie to grab the lead outright at 10 under par and officially open his duel with Joey Sindelar. By the time they made the turn, Clearwater had dropped back to 9, and Sindelar had jumped to -11, a two-shot advantage. But it all fell apart on the par 4 12th. When Sindelar double bogeyed the hole for the second time this week.
You'll have holes that, for no apparent reason, bother someone that wouldn't bother somebody else. And
6 Eyewitness Sports at the Centel Classic.
Thank you, Scott. As we take one more look at the final standings, Clearwater followed by Sindelar, Bill Glasson, Bob Lohr, and Bill Kratzert. Huge group at 8 under, which includes Greg Powers, who had a 68 today, and Hubert Green, who played even par. Bob Gilder, Bob Mahaffey with a 66, Buddy Gardner, and Mike Hulbert round out that bunch. Others of interest, Nolan Hankey picked up some bucks at -5. He's followed by Kenny Knox and Bill Sander at 3 under. Mark Lai comes in at -2, Keith Kulzer at even par, Monticello's David Jackson at +1, and Forrest Fessler way back at 9 over par. They say good things come to those who wait and wait and wait. Tom Watson saw that come true today at the Nabisco Golf Championships in Texas. It's been 3 years since he won on the tour, but this beautiful drive on 18 set him up for a short putt, and he wins the richest event in the history of the game. His 68 today put him at 12 under for the tournament and brought him $360,000. Chip Beck, one stroke back. Greg Norman, another at 9 under. Former Seminole Paul Azinger picked up $96,000 for finishing 4th. Turning now to the NFL, where most of the attention on this Sunday was focused on the New Jersey Meadowlands and the newest Indianapolis Colt, number 29 in your program, Eric Dickerson. He didn't have a great day in his Indy debut. Here he botches a pitch out and falls on it for a big loss. Dickerson on the day just 10 carries for 38 yards, but he more than made up for it later on as he took this little hitch pass from quarterback Jack Trudeau and showed why he's one of the premier runners in the league. Great open field running by Dickerson. He picks up 28 yards, and the guy doesn't even know the Colts plays yet, but Trudeau does. He and the Colts pulled off this one to perfection. The flea flicker, and Trudeau hits a wide open Matt Bouza for the touchdown. The Colts beat the Jets 19-14. Meantime, down in Miami, the Steelers surprised the Dolphins by taking a quick 7-0 lead, and then Donnie Shell returned this Dan Marino interception, 50 yards for another score, and it was 14-0 Pittsburgh. But Marino hit on 25 of his 31 passes for 332 yards. He hit Mark Duper with this 50-yard bomb. He just turns on the afterburners. That got the Dolphins to within 24-21. Then Marino to the other Marks brother, Mark Clayton. This one from 33 yards out gave the Finns a 28-24 lead. They go on to win 35-24. Elsewhere, the Bears survived a post-Halloween scare by the Chiefs before Jim McMahon rallied them again with 3 TDs. Chicago wins 31-28. New England got a field goal from Tony Franklin with 1 second left to beat the Raiders 26-23. New Orleans burned Atlanta 38-0. Tampa Bay now 4-3 after a 23-17 win over Green Bay. The Redskins now 6-1 and on top of the NFC East after a 27-7 shellacking of Buffalo. Warren Moon led a furious fourth quarter Houston rally as the Oilers beat Cincinnati 31-29. Randall Cunningham threw 3 TD passes as Philadelphia clipped the Cardinals 28-23. Denver ripped the Lions 34-0. 3 touchdown passes for Joe Montana as San Francisco keeps the Rams in the NFC West basement with a 31-10 win. In overtime, San Diego over Cleveland 27-24. And Seattle's 3rd straight win was a 28-17 job over Minnesota. Roughly 20,000 people began the New York City Marathon today, but only one could cross that finish line first, and that was Ibrahim Hussein of Kenya, who covered the 26-plus miles in 2 hours, 11 minutes, and 1 second. The best finish by an American runner was 3rd by Pete Fitzinger. The first woman to cross the finish line, 42-year-old Priscilla Welch of Britain at 2 hours, 30 minutes, and 16 seconds. And to start your week off right, the best fishing on Monday can be found from about 7:30 in the morning till 1 in the afternoon. 8:30 to midnight, also good if you can't get out during the daylight hours. And Julie, in case you haven't heard, we will be carrying the Florida State-Auburn game next Saturday at 2:30, so look for that one right here.
You know I've heard that, Ken. War Eagle. Thanks. And finally tonight, you might want to add 1 or 2 of these to your Christmas wish list when Eyewitness News returns.